If you know me, there's one thing I love, and that is a good bit of irony. So I have been both amazed and amused to discover that the Yes campaign for the Voice to Parliament, which, is all about coming together, sweetness and light, a new era of reconciliation where hate and rancor are left in the past, and where we all join hands to journey to the sunlit uplands of Albo's shining city on a hill. Well, guess what? They have a dirt unit, and a pretty active one at that. By which I mean, it appears that people associated with some bits of the Yes campaign, and by the way, there are a lot of moving parts to this thing, are spending all of their time trawling through the comments of No supporters, trying to find nasty things they've said in the past. The aim is a simple one. That's to imply that, by extension, anyone else who's thinking about voting no, maybe you, maybe me, is also a nasty piece of work. Or, when they're not doing that, they're simply trying to find things they've said in the past that could be used against them now. Patricia Karvelis, the other day, tried to stitch up Warren Mundine, suggesting he used to support a Voice back in, I don't know, when was it? 2017.
The lack of detail in the proposal has been an effective attack line for the No campaign, but divisions are emerging within that group that believes that it shouldn't get up over what alternatives that they would support if the referendum fails. Now, comments in 2017 by one of the No campaigners, Warren Mundine, arguing in favour of a Voice to Parliament, are raising more questions. Here is that prior statement from 2017.
And there's also been a big push on against No campaigner Gary Johns.
Well, I'm concerned about a whole range of comments that Gary Johns has made, not just on the weekend, but over a long period of time, when it comes to a failure to show any respect for Indigenous Australians. The fact that he's been given a significant role in the No campaign is of concern.
And Australian Jewish Association head David Adler has also copped it for suggestions he's made about Stan Grant's skin tone. Now, this is all very interesting, and as you know, I always say that there's the story, and then there's the story. And I mean, it's funny to me that as the Yes campaign, which again is all predicated on sweetness and light and relentless positivity and being kind, as it sinks in the polls because Australians are rightly suspicious of a whole new constitutionally entrenched racial bureaucracy, one where the PM, let's not forget, proudly says he has not read the long form of the document the idea supposedly comes from, and about which now social media sites like Facebook are engaging in censorship to silence anything that isn't keeping with the official government narrative line. Well, now what have they done? They've gone to the dirt units. The same sort of thing Albo accuses the opposition of using every time anything is reported from his past that the Prime Minister is not comfortable with us talking about. Funny that. But again, you see what they are doing. Here's a No person who said something that they don't like. If you vote no, you too will be beyond the pale, and maybe your socials will be dug through. Who knows? So this is why it is ironic, because the relentlessly positive Yes campaign never condemns its own. It's like the old revolutionary maxim, no enemies to my left. Take Noel Pearson. He's basically the godfather of this whole Voice campaign. He loves to speak with such stentorious gravity when he, for example, calls Peter Dutton a Judas.
The Dutton Liberal Party's Judas betrayal of our country. He doesn't mind chucking Indigenous Australians and the future of the country under the bus just so he can preserve his miserable political hide. Peter's the undertaker here.
Oh, well, real charming stuff there, but still, I guess, in the rough and tumble of politics, within the boundaries.